Gen Z podcast. Welcome to the Gen Z podcast in association with JP Jackson. To my far right is Mr. Rizaan Rose. Welcome, Rizaan.
As you can see, we are ready for the World Cup.
Yeah, yo! In uniform today.
The defending champions! It still bothers me that we weren't insufferable for like at least a year. Because we have nothing else to celebrate, man. We don't have electricity. we don't have, like, we
Another
champions.
sport
Yeah.
that we can celebrate.
So yes, welcome to the Gen Z podcast. I am world champion Rizaan.
Claim it.
And you from South Africa, you are world champion listeners as well. So JP, who do we have today?
In the middle today, we have Mr. Junaide Joseph. Welcome, Junaid.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. How are you feeling today?
Oh, not too bad, thank you. All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Nothing.
Junaide Joseph.
No, it's like, how are you feeling today?
Hey,
Like,
yo.
I might think he's in the therapist's office.
Yeah.
He's like, the book is out, man.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
he's like, nah. Tell us about your mother.
Yo, straight.
No, but what we do want to know is, when did the dream of Juju F baby not materialize?
How did you find?
Yo. And the F is for fly off.
It's for flawless.
It was a flawless.
It was a flawless.
Hey, yo.
Juju F baby.
Yes. I don't think it was a dream. I was probably still, I won't say like supposed to be studying, you know, writing new books. So my books weren't notes for exams.
Yeah.
They were bars.
Bloody
Hey,
yo.
yo.
I was like, physics on top, and then it would just be like
Yeah.
bars. And
Bars
then
at the
my
bottom.
mother would walk in and she's like, oh, look at my son studying.
God, this is just learning.
Exams, like, got an F. I was like, oh yeah, choose an F. Came through. So yeah, no. So it was all front. The
That
book was
answer was so
front.
much better than what I was
Hey.
saying. But just like Lil Wayne, F is for flawless and for failure. It's like
Yeah.
all of them.
I've never heard Lil Wayne say that.
No, but because you know what that comes
Yeah. Can I just say, JP wasn't gonna, because he likes to throw me under the bus. I'm gonna just throw him under the bus. He wasn't gonna start the episode like that. He was gonna save it for later.
Yeah.
And look how lekker the answer.
Thank you again. Well done. As like I said, in association with JP Jackson today, the creative director has spoken. But Junaid,
Yes.
for those that do not know you,
Here we
please give a brief introduction as to who is Junaid.
Here we go.
Junaid is an athlete,
Mm-hmm.
trainer, father, soon to be husband, everything. A normal, I want to say a very local and straightforward person. That's it. You know, raised by mother, brother, and then going through the motion, making my own life, you know, for me, going for my opportunities that I get, and that's it. I mean, there's nothing really special about me.
So
Alright.
there's a big
But-
TikTok gang that would
Yes,
regard
that would,
you-
that got my
you-
back.
You just said athlete. They would regard you as a top tier athlete.
Yes, that's what I put out there for myself. You know, I claimed it. I what's it? Self-claimed? Proclaimed? Yeah, for myself. But yeah, it was all more of inspiration for others. You know, for the local. It wasn't for anybody else that's up there. Like you've made it, but it's for the local. Like they all like look at it and they're like,
So, you know, when you come home from the grocery store, these things I want to unpack, man.
you want to know things. You want to know things.
Nah, because like there was you said grew up mother, brother.
Yes.
What
you looking for? The F.
You see, you know. So if you're comfortable, just
I am. Look, my younger self wouldn't be comfortable with that sort of questions and that. But you know, getting older and you mature, you get past these sort of things. Mother and father divorced. Mother raised brother and I. Strong woman. She's in the Navy, so it was military lifestyle, you know. So it was that sort of. Father was there, but not really. And I don't hold anything against him, you know, past that. It's you hold on to something like that, it ruins you for, you know, going forward. So I was the type of guy, you know, got to the certain age and I'm like, nah, dude, we good. Go see him. I mean, he's got a grandson now, so you know, it's things develop. So you're either gonna be part of it or you're not, and then we move on to this.
So are both you and your sibling okay with your dad now?
Yeah.
Okay.
My brother, but my brother's in a funny way. He still has that youngster like, oh man, why wasn't he there? You know, that one. You know, that sort of feel. But we laugh about it. We literally a family of laughter. Like it's actually scary at sometimes when you think about it. We're like, I don't think that was a funny one. Yeah. But we laughed about it. So yeah, no, but we both very chilled with
So Junaid, where did you grow up?
Fishhook. So Fishhook, primary Fishhook High. We live in Simonstown, in the military houses.
Cause in Discovery, according to the therapist notes, when you said you lived in Fishhook, and you were like, where's the color people in Fishhook? There's a lot.
What's it like to swim in warm water?
Yeah, with the sharks.
You know, lovely. Pet them there as they go past.
Because I'm seeing like you're actually quite bold. So you were Aquaman back in the day.
No, don't swim. No. You know what's so funny? The beach,
you don't swim at all.
You didn't swim.
Me, I'm just there and splashed. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you this. No.
Wait. So both of us are less milk in the coffee. So I'm with you.
Okay.
I don't fuck with the ocean.
No, like
that's what they got my people the first time.
I'm not near that. Like literally, I'm like sand. And I'm like, whoa, I can see my ankle. Turn around. Good, let's go, yeah. Back. Let's go sit in someone's
That's a wave, I'm gonna wave.
Yeah. But you know, I lived near the ocean so many times, like for so long.
Yeah.
And I didn't go to the beach as much. Like, I kid you not, I'll be like, there's the ocean, drive by and then go. We'll be like, in the mornings, I'm like, yeah, let's go for a swim. Then you wake up and you go to that and you feel that cold. Because it's at sea and you're like, no, turn back. Go back home. Let's enjoy ourselves under warm blankets and have some hot chocolate.
It's funny because like a lot of us believe that like if we lived by the ocean, we would
go more.
We would do it all the time. Okay. But it's like, I also imagine that he probably does go more than a regular folk.
But it's like,
but not as much.
Top of mind.
Not as you think you would be theoretically love for that.
Now my family will be like, yeah, we're gonna go to Maud, and then we're gonna go to the ocean. That's because they're all in the northern suburbs. They're all outside, so they come there and then they're on vacation when they're outside. They're like, oh, B&B, got the ocean outside there, you know, having a good time. And then we're like, must we go to the beach now? You guys go. I'll be at home. It's fine.
So I mean, we didn't like plan this, but it ended. So you actually then developed a love for a sport that we also recently covered, but a love for rugby.
Yes.
Right. Where did that start? What made you like get into?
Again, it's these stories. I love that. It's like my favorite thing. Like because our family isn't into rugby. It's soccer. Father side, fully soccer. Mother side, soccer. He supports Liverpool, I think.
Oh, okay.
No, he supports Man United. My grandfather supported Liverpool. So there was a lot of conflict, yeah. But I wasn't into soccer. I actually went to like soccer practice and like, no, the coaches were like, we don't know where to put you. You're running the wrong way. You're kicking the ball there. I'm like,
The signs were there.
the signs were there.
The signs
I'm
were
not
there.
going to be a good soccer player.
It's not for me.
And then we moved south. This is when I was living here in Brackenfell. And then we moved to to Simonstown, and I went to Fishhook Primary. And there was only Fishhook, the soccer club, and then Fishhook School had rugby as the main sport, and then that's it. And then they had no soccer, so I couldn't join the soccer team. Not saying that I was good at it, but I couldn't join the soccer. So they're like, okay, you have to do a sport. And I'm like, okay, I'll go do rugby. And I wasn't clued up on how to play this game at all. This was like grade 4, and they just a small
Calfoot strangers.
literally. And they play with boots in primary school there. And I got there, and I'm like, I got shoes on. Like, my tackies on. My good tackies, because it ain't good up. I couldn't use, otherwise I'm slipping in here. Yeah, no. So I got the good. And yeah, from that, it was like the first practice where I got like hit by like the prop and got ran over and everything.
Yeah, because in primary school, the big guys are like
the big guys. They
rule that primary school.
own
because they must just run straight
to you. And that's how it was. Practice was like that. The coaches were also like that. What are we doing? Yeah, we're just tackling each other. And then I'm like the first to rugby, running into a bag with I was like, okay, no. But yeah, it took me a while to learn the sport, and once I got a hang of it, I became really good. Like I became a very good wing, and the coaches also started picking that up. They're like, "Yo, this guy actually."
Rizaan, why did you raise your eyebrows when you said wing? Is that where you picture Junaid always standing? Any particular reason?
What is going on?
Why was your first impression that Junaid would play on the wing? Is it something to do with the color of his skin?
Yeah. No, look, it's the safest place also. When you're starting off in rugby, you don't want to be where the ball is really generally. So wing was the safest place for the small skinny guy. They were like, oh, natural bolt.
I'm not gonna lie, nah. I just reacted to what he was saying.
Okay.
Right? The fact that like, he was a really good wing. I was like, okay. You
took it further.
racism.
Is it racism or do we stereotype?
That's a very good stereotype. Yes. But naturally, like you mentioned, it's the hips.
Yeah.
Continue with this story. We're listening to it.
Okay. No, so I got into it and I had a very good first how can I say year of it. And as it developed, I became good, and it built my confidence up as well, because I was in primary school, and most of my high school I was a skinny, picky, small guy. Yeah, and I mean
disbelief.
No. And the confidence that the rugby gave me, like being on the field, and then obviously camaraderie that came with these guys. Now you get your team, and they're like, yeah, we back you, and we play that end of the year 7s, and then they're like, come on, we need Junaid on the field. You know, when you hear that sort of, I don't know, it just built from there, and that I loved the rugby. It's in my blood. It's who I am. I mean, I went for seasons where I'm like, I'm done with rugby. And then literally before season starts, I'm like, coach, put me on. Coach, I'm ready. I'm ready. I've been practicing at home. I didn't come to the preseason, but I have been practicing at home. So put me on. And then, the sport that just stuck with me for years. I understood my paths always different though. Like I went from like, I wanted to be a player, but now I'm like, I want to be a coach, trainer. I would rather be in that situation, but I also understood that there was way better people than me. I was like, no, there's better players. There's a lot more better players. So I was like, give them the limelight. I'll be behind the plug.
So so I never played rugby. I was of those colored families where you're not allowed to play rugby. There's most 2 types of colored families. Like you have to play rugby, otherwise you are morphy, and you must play. Or you can't play rugby, otherwise you're gonna break your neck. There's two schools of thought. No in between. It's no in between. So, but I always wanted to play it, man. So I kind of have like an eye and an ear. Like I understand a lot of those. I enjoy watching the rugby. But what is always fascinating for me is the types of fitness for the different sporting codes. Rugby fit is true fit. Rugby fitness is true fitness. Man. Like being like basketball, because I played basketball. That's fit now, but that's almost like cardio fitness, because you must run the whole time. Rugby fitness is like you must run the whole time and get gemoer the whole time. And it's like mental willpower. It's like it's yo,
Yeah, the hype also while you're in the game.
Yeah.
That brings that.
and like what's wild is like there's a lot of like things happening on different planes, axes. Not just like
Someone's up there, then you see someone running down at the bottom.
you know what I mean? Because you need to know what's happening in your y-axis and your x-axis. You know what I mean? Because like as die line is straight, maak die line reg. You know what I mean? Recycle. You know, there's all sorts of things.
Lingo.
Then is the scrum. There's a certain dynamic with scrums. So I'm just. I'll give you guys your flowers. Rugby fitness is true fitness.
It's also it's weird when you're in the space, but it's like organized chaos at its best. Because I remember both this first thing players on the field, like, and assuming no one gets caught, but both teams have their own set of calls. So they're all talking to each other all the time. And everyone's up and down. And all you hear, like, you literally just hearing, like, it just sounds like a rumbling. But within, like you say, within the rumbling, you
understand everything.
You know
where
where you're supposed to go.
Going.
Are we on the y-axis? We're on the x-axis. like, where do we want to be? Where are we now? Type of thing. And all of it's happening at once. So it is quite a shift. But like you said, it gets quite intense. Yeah. But you then decided to pursue rugby at a stage.
I did.
And a lot of people, I mean...
there's a lot of people. So that's why I laugh.
You then also, and one of the things that happened was you had an opportunity to go play Nelspruit for a little bit.
Yes.
So then...
Immediately, where's Nelspruit?
All the way from Malanga on that corner over there, on that point, that's where Nelspruit is. It's small. You like sneeze, you through Nelspruit. You drive straight through it.
That's Nelspruit. But what is that like? And what got you to the decision to go there?
Lockdown happened, right? And I continued still training and everything. And that's when TikTok started going, getting insane. And then I posted a lot of like my training at home and what I was doing at home to keep myself fit. Because I was like, I'm just going to be prepared. Just this stops now and the season's going to come back on and I'm going to be ready. Like, I'm going to be that guy. I was like, guys, just the team's on my back. I got this. I've been training, through. And then I got a message, and it's one of the coaches from Witrivier, and they like, Junaid, are you fit enough to play? Do you want to come and play up here in Mpumalanga for us? At first, I thought it was like a joke. Like I was like, that's scam, trying to steal me. I was like, I'm gonna get on a plane. God. But no, so we got into contact and we just started talking in my mind, and we kind of spoke to the fact that Puma's up there. And I'm like, it's opportunity. It's a small area. If I can come just put my foot down and they go like, who's this guy? Let's get him there. So I was like, I'm gonna get there, and I got there. And then lockdown again, it hit us again up there, and I just didn't get that opportunity. I mean, it was a whole, how can I say, experience going up there. It's different too. So like that's not South Africa. It's different to South Africa. I went overland, and I was like, yo, guys, I'm feeling it.
To the 3 viewers from now.
They all agree. They all agree. They said they are their own situated area there. So
I don't think we have viewers from now.
You're going to have after this. You're going to have all 50 of them there. That's follow. So it was actually a double opportunity, because they then said they can get in contact for my brother to go to Puma's academy that is up there, and they just started. And then I was like, you know what, I will come and play there if you can sort my brother out. And then me and my brother left at the same time. Like, he also went up there.
Mm.
He's
Oh,
still
okay.
there. He's still there.
Oh, okay.
He's still there. So he was in the academy and that, and he did also really well for himself in the rugby and things like that. But yeah, he decided to, I decided to come back home now. He kept himself over there in his ways there and enjoying himself with his rugby. But yeah, it was an opportunity. Now that I'm thinking about it, it wasn't my opportunity. It was it was for him to kind of get there, and I was just like, as long as he's doing his thing, I'm happy. So that's why even like coming back, I don't have any like remorse from it.
You are at peace with the universe. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Because some of us sit on the couch like, I would have made it better if I didn't hurt my knee.
No, I had those moments. Honestly, I had those moments. Like, if I just went to Weinberg Boys.
Oh, shame.
I was there.
Shame.
If I just had to. It was always that if I just had to. But now I'm over that now. I was like, look, if it had to happen, it would have happened. So I want to ask this question, but it's like, because I'm like, okay, so my question is, do you think like success is your talent, or do you think that like if you had to have like that type of structure with your like spark, you would have made it far? What would have been what is the factor that you think like? The factor would definitely be if I had, it's that nudge, going into a situation, a structure like that, that can, how can I say, identify your talent and identify who you are. So it puts you on that kind of pedestal. I had to kind of build my own pedestal out of like the wood over there. And you know what I'm saying? And then try to climb it and things. So it was always like that. It was always a building phase. So and that's the thought process I go into. It's like, if only I had to go there. Or if my mother and father believed in me, they could have summed up the money and sent me to this school. And then I was like, so yes, I had that moments where I thought that, but yes, it is a point of the structure, getting those, because I mean, and that's South Africa, I think in general for our sport and actually a lot of things.
It's stealing my line.
Yeah.
No. It's been like it's been coming from you. They see me every week.
Yeah, I know. But it is but
it's a fresh perspective. I'm here with it.
Yeah. So, but it is like that. And I kind of explain that to a lot of youngsters and that. I try to explain that as well. It's if you're in this place, it's just unfortunate. I explained that to my brother at a very young age. I told him, bro, you not gonna go anywhere because you do not have that structure. But your work ethic's gonna, move you. And he's literally did it for himself. He did very well in high school because he did that. He just took on that role of, I need to work for getting forward.
And I think that if that is the way you're describing is exactly what I think a lot of people take from your social media is a grit, it's grind, it's working, and sometimes it's like you said, it might not be recognized, but I think there's like I mentioned earlier, there's quite a few people that are just inspired by seeing you work, by seeing you do something, and seeing someone like yourself in like just doing the work, so that if an opportunity does come up, you're ready.
You're ready, yeah. I mean, that's how it's supposed to.
If you stay ready, then you never
have to get ready. So, okay, lekker. So just like, because I feel like there's a sort of message that we were sort of getting into is that like the structure and the exposure does sort of make the difference. And then you are someone who has had to sort of work for your own lane, if you will, right? And I think just as people of color, we need both, because sometimes you are the exception. And you always actually, can I just spill some tea? Nah.
Should I be changing the Spider-Man?
You can. So I was with Lyle at an event, man. And this is wild. So we noticed that at this event, like the people of color were amazing. They were like magnificent. The people of no color were like, okay. And it just like, it spoke to like, sometimes because you're just so used to the exposure, so used to having that structure, that you become okay with like mediocrity, man. You become complacent in that privilege, basically. Whereas people like us, we have to
keep
like if you're not excellent, you're not getting a chance.
Exactly.
Like if you're not excellent, you can't be on the stage. And I just like
and you have to keep being excellent throughout it. Like you don't, there's no like time for you to like just be, because then they'll be like, oh, is that it? Nick, who's next? Who's next on the stage?
I mean, that's
deep. Turn the Spider-Man back. I'm getting sad.
And I think for the people that are those exceptions, and I think that are paving the way, it's difficult. It's not going to be easy. You're going to get looks from both sides. You're going to get looks from people that you are entering spaces into. You're getting looks from those that you're leaving behind. So it's not easy. But like you said as well, it's setting a path for something much bigger than yourself. And then you made the realization that you want to start coaching or transitioning from player to developing players.
There we go. I like that. Yes.
When did that switch happen? And
I think it's the moment I realized that I'm not gonna get to that professional level. Like I came to realization that look, I'm just not gonna make that cut. But I've said it before, and I say it quite a bit. I'm like I'm a better trainer than I am an athlete or a player, and once I understood that, I started, really getting into my coaching, really starting to understand what the athlete needs and that. And so that's where all the studying comes and the research and the, back and forth learning experience. I would first test it on myself, find another test dummy. I'm like, okay, it's working, right? And then I would like play it through. But that's where I kind of got to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm not there yet I'm not there as that elite professional. I mean, I'm not, again, if you look at these guys on the field, they are up there and they've been doing it for a long time. So I'm not going to get there. And I understood that. I had to learn that. And then once I got that, I was like, nah, I know how I'm going to, work my way in there. And that's when I started moving into the coaching and becoming a trainer rather, and then working with athletes and
So your training, is it individual or do you coach a particular team or school or whatever the case may be?
So I started with, so I went back to like Fisher Guy, and then I took some of the kids there and I was like, oh, I'm going to work with you guys and that. And this is coming back from now in Mpumalanga. I was like, let me just work with some of the, and these are kids who are us, and they were like the ones who were like, look here, I want to get. A few of them went from Fisher Guy and then they got scholarships at Wynberg Boys. So, they got that moment and they did really well now going forward. And I worked with them, and that kind of, for myself, was like, okay.
Affirmation,
confirmation. Yes, there we go. I'm like, I can actually do this. I can take and get you to the next. So I worked with individual athletes, and then this year was now moving into, I want to work with like a unit. A unit. So Goodwood was the first approach that while they asked me to step in.
So the story,
explain more. Say more.
So the story he spoke about that he wasn't going to play, and then coach put me in. It happened this year. He started off as the SNC coach at the start of the year, putting us through strength and conditioning coach at the start of the year. That put us through the drills, made you sweat, made you cry, and then just before the season started.
I just want to quickly do you understand what you just did there?
Yes, I said SNC quickly, but I also can't say C man,
when you're writing an essay, man, you first say the words.
It doesn't make sense that I give you the...
You just it's almost like I play rugby. SNC, cool.
SNC, yes. So that's what he did, and then we all hated him at that point, obviously. Because, I mean,
nobody likes that.
No one likes preseason. I mean, no one likes preseason. No one likes. But again, so then he realized, but these people they actually look decent.
No, really. like, you're the good.
These people can play.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, man rocks up with boots next time. Put me in, coach.
Coach, I'm ready. I've been practicing at home. I can pass the ball, play me, coach.
Yo, that's freak, man. That's hilarious.
It was my like last year was my retirement, and I said it confidently and everything. And I even came in this, and all the guys are like, "Oh, Junaid, you have to be on the field." And I'm like, "No, guys, I want you guys to be with it." You know, I was that. This is not me. This is for you. And then, like, as we going through like the preseason and things like that, I'm like, "Yo, these guys are going at it. I think I can enjoy myself with it." You know, playing alongside these guys. And then that's exactly what our preseason game came. They're like, "So Junaid, are you playing?" I'm like, "Yeah." Put me on. Who we playing? Who's the first game? Yeah, I'm there. So I was on, and I'm still there.
And so my understanding is, I hope you're comfortable admitting this. So part of the reason why you took a step back is because the previous season, unfortunately, the team was not great.
It hurt me emotionally. Like I said, I commit very much to rugby. It's literally part of me. Last season broke me as like, it took all my confidence and all of that out of and I was very emotional attached to it. So I was like, I don't want to be that. I can't have that now, and I don't want that anymore. And that's why I stepped back and saying, you know what, I'm just gonna work with the team. The confidence came because I was like, when I saw the team, I was like, nah, it was a boom.
What's the team's name? Gurud what?
Rugby club.
Yeah. The Gurud Rugby Club. If you are seeing this, thank you for saving Junaid. Thank you for giving his life back.
Appreciate it. Yeah, the breath that was gone after last season. Yeah, no, it was a gut punch. We won't pull out the stats of legs.
Yeah, we don't have to get into specifics.
No.
But you can definitely find it.
You can go. Don't leave it alone.
Sorry, I drank water. Sorry.
So then I think to close the loop, for me is you seem very passionate about rugby, right? And that you can, like you said, rugby has taught you so much, and and doing it has given so much back to you. And I think, or do you mind just giving like what are the two main things that you think rugby has taught you while doing rugby?
So number one is definitely like your work ethic. Like you need to have a certain level. You said that the fitness and that. To go out to a preseason knowing, like the season ends and preseason's coming, the mentality that you have to have, because that coaches are going to put you through the work. And I had some serious coaches that did that, broke you down as a human, and then you're like, how much do I love this sport? But then you rock up the next practice and you're like, let's go again. But it's definitely, it taught me that work ethic. And that was because again, I was a small rugby player. I needed to step up my game. So I would practice at home, in the streets, up our driveway, there's a dusty field that I would go on. And I would go play on there, kick the ball to myself and that. But it was that sort of level, and I just kept doing that. And it kind of helped me with other things as well. Like that sort of thing. I could go do other work as well, and it allowed me to commit to certain things as well. So it taught me a very high level of like work ethic. And then the other thing is, I don't know how to explain it, but getting to bond with like different people, learning other people, understanding other people, because everybody comes with different personalities, emotions. You don't know how that person was yesterday or what happened at work today, and now you meeting together for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then you you guys you get together and you come together. So you learn this and how to work with different people. So that was mine growing up, was just learning with different sort of personalities and everybody was different. There was not one single literally player that I've been in a team with that was the same. Yeah. And those are the two things that I could literally take from rugby and I shifted it into my everyday, lifestyle. So those are my work ethic and learning other people.
I think, and the reason why I asked that is because the biggest lesson that I took out of rugby is no matter how good you are individually, you can't beat another team on your own. Yeah. Because the sport is designed in such a way that if you have let's say you have a Chesney and Colby in your team, you'll score a lot of points, maybe, but that other team can just use their forward pack and run straight on your Chesney and won't even touch the ball. Yeah. So rugby is a particular sport that made me realize that if one element of your team is not working, it's a weakness. And we all need to be on the same page we all have weaknesses, but minimize that. Yeah. And that's it's weird because it's 15 players. You would think, everyone anything can happen. Yeah. But it's really, that's kind of the things that I took out. And that's why I think it's important that, like you said, rugby is a form of communicating, but it's like a language on its own. Yeah. You'll see a lot of sports, those that love soccer, those that love any particular sport, it brings them together just by talking about that particular topic.
And it can be anywhere. Literally, you can be anywhere. And then if that's a rugby group, you all gonna talk about it. You talk about remember in 19. You're in fallback 2000 and you bring up a memory that everybody will know from that moment. So it's the language on its own.
I have a lot to say. But I'm gonna just say one specific thing. So there's obviously when you're playing sport, there's a lot to gain from playing sport. So big dub for sport. Sport is very important. But specifically to rugby, there's a sort of nuanced experience that you get. So for example, I spoke about the hockey team and my experience with the hockey team. So playing hockey is very much like a power trip. You are everything is about your expensive stick or your expensive this. So it's a completely different personality. Playing basketball again is it's about your skill level, right? So it's about how deep is your bag. What's the sort of defining characteristic of a rugby player or one of it, from both of your perspective? Is it the stakes to man?
The bigger, it's the I would say, look, if we're going to go on materialistic things, it's your boots. Your boots are going to play.
And non-materialistic?
Yo.
So what Rizaan is going at, if you had to look at 5 people, what would distinguish the rugby player from the rest? How would you spot the rugby player? Sorry, last one quickly. I imagine, for example, that if someone comes after you, bruh, in rugby is nacht.
But it is like that on the field though. So we have a thing. If you know that number, you get the number. Okay. And you tell your whole team it was number 7.
Okay.
Then we're all going for number 7.
Okay.
So that's just kind of again the lingo and the talk. That will go. So we'll pick up. Okay, that number 8 is causing havoc. Everybody. We put in until he doesn't want to play anymore.
Okay.
We get him off the field.
Neutralize the spirit.
Literally finish him. Yes. Who's talking so much? It's number 10. You make his mouth
this. It's like wartime.
Yeah.
It's literally. He's going to war.
It could have been something very small. It could have just been you ran in and then now he caused the knock on or something.
Eat the ball out my hand.
Ooh, that number 4.
Okay,
number
we all.
You sure?
Yes.
That number 4.
Blood in the water.
No, literally.
The shots.
and you go tell your flanks. Get them, because they loose now. They can get in. You tell your flanks, look here. get him in that draft.
But I've never been insulted as much as I've been on the rugby field. My
Yo, the
goodness.
pain that you
If my mommy had to hear
players.
everything she was called through the years,
So
The spectators.
Yeah.
You're the spectators, eh?
So that's the thing. That's the thing that you know that's a rugby player. Someone who is always seeking out weakness and trying to exert their strength. And so because like I'm thinking about it now, if I'm playing soccer and that player also plays rugby, they are talking the most, or they are saying the most. They
speaking, yeah.
They are looking for like, nah, he's last. He can't. He can't tackle. He can't like, you know what I mean? Say like so. It's actually that from my perspective. What you just put.
What you just went through.
Just explain.
That's how
On
you say,
display.
how you insult the other opposition.
Do you want to just quickly put on our fan hats?
Yes.
And just quickly just get into this Rugby World Cup.
Yes.
Again,
You
we are defending
champions.
champions.
Yes. Defending champion Rizaan.
What are you excited most to see? Are you excited to support are you a Springbok supporter?
Most
Or are you one of those?
definitely. No. Don't
You one of those.
Don't come with Crusader vibes.
One of those. I'm leaving for Australia.
I support the All Blacks. Why? Your whole family is situated in Cape Town. They haven't even left Cape Town. Why? No, I'm fully Springbok. Like to the T, even through their worst.
What are you
even
looking
the
forward to
best.
though in the World Cup though?
Any players? Any games?
Not any players this year. I think it's a very seasoned team that is going forward. So not our youngsters like Kurt Jarensen and them, bringing in that sort of flair.
Yeah.
But again, in our last World Cup, we had the exact same kind of X factor with our youngsters doing that same. So it's kind of a thing for the Springboks to bring through. You know what? I'm excited just to see us actually just getting that. We won the last one. Now we win again.
Back to
That
back?
sort of, that back-to-back title. I think we haven't had that.
Yeah, we
we've been winning,
Yeah.
but we haven't had that back, and we are the most, I think, scared.
Doesn't want to pay me. He doesn't want to pay me.
No, we are. Like the teams are scared of us. That's a fact. Like I'm not even like look at it. Did you see the interview with Eddie Jones and the Australian thing? That was funny. Like, I was like, that was funny. So, but teams are
They're scared.
they scared.
Yeah.
So let's not like.
So besides South Africa, who else is considered a threat?
France.
France.
They're hosting
Match
the World Cup.
fixing?
Yes.
Allegedly.
Sorry. Because you said hosting, I was like, match fixing.
Yeah,
What?
okay.
But I remember like in football, how Qatar almost won like a game. They tried their utmost, man.
They bought the ball.
Yeah. So France is up
pretty
there.
good.
It will be Ireland also.
Okay.
But they also in what group are they?
They're not in ours.
They're not in
They
ours.
with England, aren't they with England?
But
Yes.
sorry, Ireland.
No,
Ireland
Ireland.
is a threat.
Yes.
And then you're talking about you need another one.
Okay.
You
I
can't-
like that. I like the
okay.
3 threats. And then
You can't put
a
these-
dark horse.
Yeah.
Your Tonga.
Tonga.
Oh yes. Because they got a lot of.
So they got a lot of
New Zealand players playing for them. now.
Yes. So World Rugby's eligibility rules
Aotearoa.
change.
Aotearoa.
So a lot of people, obviously, New Zealand has a lot of Polynesian people living there as well. So a lot of them have not played for the All Blacks for 3 years or so, and now,
So
they
now
can
they
go back and play for their.
Oh, so they took a step back for eligibility reasons.
I want to make the World Cup.
Yeah.
Let me go.
So then they're playing now. Now they're playing for Tonga.
Tonga.
Yeah.
But now that whole back line is essentially ex All Black
All
players.
Blacks, yes.
Is no Mape, Malakai
Fekitoa,
Fekitoa, Israel Folau. They're all playing
Yeah.
for Tonga.
That's crazy.
So the forwards just need to get the ball
Yeah,
to
the
the
forward.
back. Literally.
But again,
Give the
they're
ball.
in our group, so we
Yeah.
have to dominate them.
Yeah.
But they are
Again,
a
that's
dark
the-
horse, in
yeah.
my opinion.
No, definitely. I mean, a team also that you can never put down is like the Argentinians. I think they always come with.
Los Pumas.
Yes, they always come with that grit and like they
Yeah.
want to win. So yeah, they are one of the threats, I would say. But all these teams don't have like us.
Yeah.
You know, two teams.
Hey,
You
spoken
know?
like a World Cup champion.
Yeah, you have to. I enjoyed myself at that World Cup. Like, I mean, I went to work in my Springbok top for the rest of the year. Like, that's how it was. So
As it should be.
Who
Facebook
is-
tells me.
Here's one. Who is the favorite for player of the tournament? Who do we think? Yeah. Or is it like, does it depend who wins? Is it like a...
No, there is.
No,
it
there
doesn't-
is, but it's obviously a strong factor
Okay.
in who becomes World Player of the Year.
Yeah, it's gonna be difficult. You can't actually say. I don't even actually have a name at this moment to actually.
Or
put that in.
names?
So there's Antoine Dupont, not to
Okay.
be on the French again,
Yeah.
but he's the French captain, and
Okay.
he's got a lot of fame. Very good. It's very
Okay.
good. Very good.
I just need to know.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Who's gonna be
still-
up there?
we tap into a very specific demographic right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
So
they-
those people
a lot of
are-
comments
people
back.
that-
Yeah,
yeah.
What do you know? The
You know,
5
what do you
viewers
know?
that still watch.
Yeah.
The rugby guys.
Juju?
Yes. Look, I think it's gonna be a South African.
Hey.
No, it's going to be, and it's gonna be probably one of our youngs. If Kurtley Arendse keeps going the way he does, I think he had a very strong just rugby breakthrough into international.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they had against Australia
Yeah.
this past weekend just shows that he can keep up there. He will be tested, but he also played those matches that he was tested in before. So he will be. I'm honestly just going for him just because he's that one of the youngsters.
And I
again.
think just in terms of the tournament, just to throw one more in the ring, Bowden Barrett.
Okay.
Because I think he can literally steer New Zealand.
yes,
I do want to say that it's telling that you like the colored wing. Because you see yourself in that
where I should have been.
You see yourself,
should
you're
have
like,
been.
you are living vicariously.
I can tell you now, I cannot step like that.
So JP's gonna sort of we had some social media engagement. And so JP's gonna sort of explain that.
So the question we asked,
Yes.
right, is who was your local athlete growing up?
Your favorite local
Local athlete growing up in South Africa? No underscore. So the responses we got was, and some wild ones. So we got
What?
no, because when I was thinking about like people that I was going up, I didn't like immediately go to Penny Haynes.
So
Like
I think the fact of growing up sells it, man. Because no.
when that person was going up,
In
it
that-
was
yeah.
Penny Haynes, and it's Picker, no underscore. That's what it says. Picker. Callan underscore 13, one of our friends, Herschel Gibbs.
Classic.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Do you have a great Herschel Gibbs memory?
a lot?
Same in my school once. Yeah, that's it.
That's
That's
You
my-
can't speak English properly.
But he was a
Whoa.
good rugby player as well. Amazing rugby player as well.
Apparently, he's one of those
Yeah.
super athletes.
Picked up the cricket back in the day.
We got Gersh underscore Rad with Paul Adams.
Goga. Yo, vital. Vital.
So this one was interesting. Kerwin Noemdo.
Yeah.
No underscore.
Whatever.
So his one was Conrad Yankees, who used to play fullback for the Stormers, but then also Sareli Nakalavuki.
Immediately now.
Also used to play with and then, but there's a lot of cricketers here. Okay.
So cricket growing up was extremely popular because we were actually good.
And then we got
Say nothing.
No.
Move on.
so
We were saying-
just to close it off, Byron Asher said John T. Rhodes.
Oh. Yo,
Much love. Much love.
Love John T. Because you out here in your garden, in your yard, busy diving. John T. Come and play a game of John T.
Yeah, you call the name as you do it. Yeah,
Like
John T.
Like someone's holding a cricket bat and you throwing the ball, we're gonna play some John T. Rhodes. You put it, iconic.
Yeah. So there was also a miscellaneous question we asked. Not a miscellaneous, but we gave a poll to ask which board game tests your friendship the most. right? And we gave 4 options.
Yeah.
We said 30 seconds, Monopoly, Dominoes, or Uno.
What do you think, though?
What do you think
Yeah, what do you
in your
think?
case, Junaid? Which one causes the most?
I clicked on Apple and
Okay.
I chose Monopoly.
Okay.
Yeah, because Monopoly works outside of the game as well.
I'll do the dishes, man. I'll give you 20 rand.
Just let me stay in your hotel for this one night. For this one night.
Yeah.
And I promise you, I'll move. I'll move the dirt that's behind. So I feel like that's the sport that it just works just outside of, and I can get
a game
really
within
see-
a game.
and the game doesn't end. Like I've never ended Monopoly. Like I've stopped it. I mean, I'm tired now.
Yeah.
Can we end it now? So Monopoly was I selected Monopoly.
Okay.
Dominoes, I think that is just aggression, like on the table. Like I wouldn't. That is localized, localized, and then you know what you can do? Really love the person so much. But it's a rude game. I don't play it personally. I don't the worst come out of me. So I was like, you can be the nicest guy. You play dams, and then you like the anger from 3 years ago.
Just comes out.
Push it through. So yeah.
So you'll be surprised to know that the top voted game, but I think it's also the demographic of people that answered was 30 seconds.
I can understand because you get upset because this person now can't. But it's not their fault. It's like it's around. It's, where you going? And then and it's like something very hectic, and he's like, how did you not know that? Then you're upset with him.
Yeah.
Now you must wait for next turn to see if I'm not going to be upset with you. So yeah, I get why people said that is a good, but yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Your responses were so golden. Just sorry to round off. Uno is also spicy, but like it's more like elke hond kry sy dag in Uno. You must get a plus 4.
Yeah.
You are going to get. You're gonna get that
What's
tally
your
of
stance on
twos.
playing a +4 and a +2?
No.
Nooit to date. Playing a +4 on a +2.
to keep the chain.
It's a no.
And can you play a +2 and a +4?
So that's that. So okay, listen.
Where's Una and the roof?
So according to Uno, you can't do that. But one
But
of
does
the
Uno know its game?
one of the things that we immediately no. One of the things that we do is like after each round that you win, you get to insert a new rule. So in that instance, one of the rules that you can insert is you can put a +4 on a +2, and also you can put a +2 on a +4 if
It's the color.
you have the color. I like that rule. What I don't like is when you can somehow reverse a +2.
What? What? The reverse?
When the reverse card.
There's like a specific demographic of people that live in the northern south.
I've never heard of that rule.
I'm looking at
I've
you.
never heard.
You can cancel it with a skip.
No way.
That's killing holy water. Exercise your demons. Pick up, boy. So just before, like, just checking if we have time. I just want to ask, because I don't think I asked like this question to you specifically, right? So who is your local sport goat? Like, who is your like? So I actually want to ask in different categories.
Okay.
Like so like in rugby, who is your goat of rugby for South Africa? Different answers, please.
So in rugby, for me, it was Heinrich Persau. Also a player. Yeah, you see.
Number 9.
No,
No, 6.
number 6.
Oh.
One of the... But he changed the law. Like his gameplay, they had to change the laws because he was even beating Richie McCaw.
Oh, was he the brother that was like...
Like the heat, and in the heat he steals the ball. And, like he was that. So he was one of the guys that I really like watched quite a bit. I mean, Brian Abana was also the go-to for rugby. Was like Abana.
So that's the thing. He gave my answer.
Okay.
But for me, it's... And that's and I give it to him because of the transition. He's one of the few South African athletes that have had a great career, but he's even having a better post career.
Ooh.
Brian Abana.
Oh, okay.
Like, because he started a Pay Me Now Fund, like he's in business now, but actively in business. And he was also able, which we don't see a lot from South African athletes, is leverage his brand. So he's able to make money outside of rugby to the extent that he's just like, he's doing better than what he did when he was playing. Which is like,
I'm glad that you added some capitalism.
Yeah. In the mix. Just throwing some.
Always important that you leverage your brand.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah.
I'm not, but I'm
Okay,
just-
sorry,
it's
coordinator.
For time purposes.
Okay, yes.
And cricket. Who's your goats for cricket?
For me, it will be Jacques Callis.
Chakala.
Okay.
Just because of what he did and when he did it.
That was an all-round.
Yeah.
He was an all-round, yeah.
So you could, like, whenever we needed something specific, like if we needed him to bat, he would have bat.
Yeah.
If we needed him to get a wicket, he would get a wicket
Yeah.
somehow. So that's for me.
I think I didn't watch cricket that much. Okay, I'm like, but when I did, I was also always watching the bowler. So Makai and Tini was kind of, like I tried cricket. Like the soccer. It wasn't-
when I was playing cricket, we couldn't do the Malinga bowl.
Like why couldn't I do it?
That was a.
I saw
I could do
I saw
that,
a guy,
but I couldn't do it.
Yeah. So yeah.
Like,
High key.
Yeah.
High key. It was first Brett Lee and Shuaib Akhtar. The way they bowled was very different. They didn't have like the motion like that. They just went one back.
And then
The two of them had the similar style and they were freak fast. I like that. Okay, I like Makai and Tini. I
Makai
love
and Tini
that
was
one.
the go-to for me.
Okay, and then last one, I was doing sort of a miscellaneous category in athletics. So like Olympics vibes. Who do you think is our GOAT athlete in Olympics? So any Olympic sport.
I'll have to go Chad.
Yes, I was on so yeah.
Just because, but in terms, if you like really have to say the greatest, has to be Wade.
Yeah.
Has to be Wade.
He's on that path.
Like in terms of like just like being the fastest world record type of thing, it has to be.
And there was
Wade.
a record that said that wasn't
Like-
gonna be broken.
Yeah.
It
So
was.
like Chad is a great Olympian,
Yeah.
great South African Olympian, but like Wade is the GOAT.
Yeah, because he has something that's gonna stand.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
What about?
Oh, Casta. Yo. But I mean, in her defense, she's being pushed out of the discussion by
But I still
external
feel like
factors.
No, but
the impact
when
was
she
amazing.
she did her thing, like no doubt, like when she competed and she carried,
Agree.
South Africa quite high. So
yeah,
can't take anything.
yo.
But yeah, no, I think it is a.
Is everyone
I was going with Chad.
So today, there's a game we like to play this on the show called Say My Now. It's a game of purely hypothetical scenarios. And I'm feeling like a teacher because apparently it's and then so that you just give your take.
Okay.
Just say my now. And I'm gonna go because
I'm
Rizaan
always
needs
gonna
to
give you a
recover.
hard time with that.
Yeah, no, I'm never gonna forget it now. Say my now. You could accomplish simple tasks while sleeping and still get a good night's sleep. What would you want your body to do while you are asleep?
I want to say being a new father, it would be looking, sorting to the baby without me actually having to be awake.
Facts.
Like,
Facts.
if I could do that,
Sure.
I'll be winning.
Yeah.
Like, that's a
big dub.
no-brainer. Like,
Yeah.
so that would be being that is just waking up when you hear,
Yeah. Autopilot.
get up, go, but then you're in bed and you're still sleeping. Amazing.
For me, it would actually be like working out, because if you do the workout in the time that you can
You
also
get time.
recover, maximize your gains.
That's true. That is true.
So mine is clean my room. Yes.
Is
Oh my
it? It's not. It's
Yo, I think I have clothes now on like a hoopie.
You have a chair.
Do you have a
Do you have a
Moist.
chair?
Moist.
Yeah.
But then also the cupboard doors has stuff hanging on the.
Oh, it's drying. It's drying.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
It's drying. Got you.
It's dry. Moss.
For 2 weeks.
It's been cold. The sun hasn't been out.
Bro, because I'm thinking, man, like if I had to sleep and do my work, I'm like, yeah, but I'm gonna do this Smith, maybe. Nah, bro, this is for money. I can't botch this. But I clean up, it's fine.
Yeah.
Me. Say me now. Say me now, you had the power to turn an unhealthy food or drink item into a healthy one. What are you choosing? Lut, atmosphere.
Yo, it's a difficult one.
Mm.
It is a difficult one. I'm gonna go Gatsby. If I could make that, you just think about like all of that calories and that you can get. But imagine getting like calories, protein, everything, the good fat in it. And your body's like, yes, we love that. Keep eating that.
So I'll actually be a bit more specific, and I'll say
What's
potato, because of all the forms of potato, like
Okay.
chips, packet chips, like that, like all those things that
Frying it
you.
in oil. Is
Correct.
just in-
So, like,
okay.
So like that would be like my answer, just because of the way it impacts everyday life.
Mine is fizzy drinks, i.e. jive.
or for the Junaid.
Because I mean I consume an inordinate amount of fizzy drinks, so that would be apparently like the juice that we buy from shops is like it's the same level of unhealthy as a fizzy drink.
Yeah, because they have to put in different things
Yeah.
to obviously still get that good taste from it. It doesn't taste straight from the orange. Did you squeeze the orange in your glass and then drink it and go, I love this? I doubt it.
Junaid, there's one more for you.
That for
which
me.
I think.
Am I reading?
Yeah, if you feel strong.
Feel my reading.
No,
Yeah,
no,
I
no,
do
no.
feel my reading.
I don't feel your reading. I feel the person that wrote it.
Okay. Do you know what it is?
I do not.
Okay.
JP's off, maybe.
Say man now.
Say man now.
Aliens took over the world and humans were put into zoos. What would you want in your zoo enclosure? Jim, that's me. Thank you. That's my.
Nice.
Jim.
Yeah, that's not a bad
If I'm
answer.
Jim.
A console with a Musa TV and unlimited Wi-Fi, please and thank you. I'm going for high scores.
Oh, yeah. I'm the biggest guy in that zoo.
Okay.
I'd be like,
Can you just imagine what they
That's
would be
that's
thinking?
crazy.
Looking at
it's like, look at that guy playing.
Honestly, that question is wild. That question is wild. Because like deep in low-key, imagine they are aliens and we are actually in a big zoo.
And this section here is social media section. Over there in Nelspruit is that section.
Yo, that's a fire. That's a fire.
Yeah, they're already locked
That's
off.
They're gonna love it. They're gonna love it.
That's a fire. What do you? Yeah, what do you?
No, it's fine. You guys gave very good answers.
Nah, I feel like we need you.
I'm taking the stance that I don't want to be in the zoo.
So you're gonna break out.
I want to break out. Yeah.
So why don't you ask for equipment to break out?
No, but they must
Equipment to
tattoo
escape.
my prison.
Moss, Michael Schofield. Michael Schofield. You can have the bliss for it.
Hey.
Did you watch Prison Break? Yeah.
I watched it.
Oh, wait.
And then I stopped watching it.
Yeah. Afterwards, got to be too ridiculous.
Yeah, it got to be
You
too-
can only escape a prison like so many times. So many times.
Why? Just stay there.
So we like to sort of end the episode by giving the guests an opportunity to firstly tell us where we can find you, like on the different social media, if you work on any projects, like if you have any like coaching vacancies and stuff like that, client vacancies, where can we find you? Yeah.
So yeah, I'm on Instagram and TikTok. I don't even know my
Your handle.
I don't know my handles.
Like,
I don't know my handles.
we're gonna add it to the bio.
Yes. But yes, on TikTok and on Instagram, and then
It's J_Joseph_athlete.
Okay.
Okay.
I remember that one. And then at this moment, I'm not like working with any like specific clients or anything. There's a lot of personal things that I'm working with. So try to spread that out. So I'm not gonna do that this year. But yeah, there's always next year that's what open up and where I'm gonna push for more of being a trainer like to individual clients and hopefully get on a higher platform of training, top athletes to be even better. I mean, there's always room for improvement. So that's where I want to kind of put myself in. So.
And then I was waiting for JP to do this, but it's fine. Okay. So we also like to give the guests an opportunity to give a message to your younger self.
To my younger self.
The baby Junaid from Fishhoek.
A message.
To the younger self, yeah.
That's deep.
Yes.
Because
That's the point.
Yeah, okay. My message to my younger self: don't hold on to the past for too long. Yeah, I think that was a one that I should have heard earlier in my life. So don't hold on to the past for too long. Yeah.
That's a tweet. That's a thread. That's actually don't hold on to the past for too long, and that's like this has been a truly enjoyable experience for me. You are quite fun. I kind of want to play rugby now so that I can be exposed to you a bit more. But from our side, we just want to say thank you so much for joining us and sharing in the shenaniganery. And if you enjoyed, and the audio listeners, if you enjoyed our camaraderie, our shenaniganery, please do follow us on the different social media. You can't speak. Social media. Please do like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you can see more and hear me speak more. And we are. Peace.